to watch the launch of this new PWHL, but now it's New York's time to bring it to the fans here in the area.
Right, it's been such a great week, but here right now in New York, seeing these young girls and their hockey teams, it really gets you emotional watching it. And we know that New York wants to build on their huge win over Toronto on New Year's Day, but they also know that they can make history again by being the first team to win their home opener, so they have that on their minds as well.
And if Toronto scores a goal tonight, it'll be the first PWHL Toronto goal scored, so plenty of history to be made before we get to the action on the ice itself. Let's go down to the ice with public address announcer Tom Sabin to meet the players.
Head of High Performance, Ben Prentice. Assistant Goalie Coach, Laura Brennan. The training staff, Assistant Equipment Manager, Regina Bate. Assistant Athletic Trainer, Haley Rock. Equipment Manager, Daniel McGrath. And Head Athletic Trainer, Noémie Charrier-Francois. The coaching staff, Assistant Coaches, Mike Summer and Colton Orr. And the Head Coach, Howie Draper. Number 3, Olivia Zafudo. Please welcome the captains of your PWHL New York team. Alternate captain number 17, Ella Shelton. And the captain number 28, Micah Zandy Hart. Fans, make some noise for your team, PWHL New York.
That's your team for New York. Now, not much can bring the Islanders and Rangers together, but the PWHL certainly can. We'll tell you what we mean next. Welcome back here to Bridgeport, Connecticut. Total Mortgage Arena is the site of tonight's rematch from New Year's Day between the PWHL Toronto and PWHL New York. As we've seen all week, Julie, lots of special, famous people coming in to join the PWHL fun. And that includes tonight's ceremonial puck drop. They're bringing New York Rangers legend Adam Graves and Islanders legend Aaron Asham together.
I never thought I'd see the day, Jamie, where we'd see an Islander and a Ranger do a ceremonial puck drop. But hey, women's sports, they bring everyone together, and this is so good to see both of these fan bases together supporting one women's team.
Absolutely. And while it is the PWHL New York, we mentioned this game is being played in Connecticut. So it really is the larger tri-state area that will come together to support this team.
Right. We want everyone, you know, around this area.
We don't discriminate.
Yeah. We want Connecticut. We want Long Island. We want Manhattan.
Give us Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Why not?
We'll get everybody.
And here they come. Adam Graves leading the way. His Islander counterpart right behind him. The thumbs up. Everyone here to support what is truly history in the making.
Blair Turnbull and New York captain Micah Zandy Hart. Thank you, Blair and Micah, and a very special thank you to Adam Graves and Aaron Asham. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats if you are able for our national anthems. And here to perform O Canada and the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Amy Rivard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
How about a round of applause for Amy Rivard?
What an anthem. Now it's time for the game day rosters presented by Tim Hortons. Let's start with the visiting team. PWHL Toronto coming into town looking to score its first goal in franchise history.
And we see a bit of a change on the top line there with Jessie Comfer coming up. And we know that she is such a great player. She has incredible ability on the puck, just a great presence. And as well as Jess Jones slots in for Hannah Miller. And for New York, the lines are the same, but we welcome in Madison Packer, who is a veteran from the PHF, and fans will know her very well. She came off of an injury and is back here.
Captain of the Metropolitan Riveters, who played in New Jersey for a long time, as you mentioned, and happy to be now playing in the brand new PWHL. Looks like her hair might even be teal, Julie, to match the uniforms.
It is, I believe. She said, hopefully you'll see me out there with teal hair.
Well, we've got Kristen Campbell back in net despite allowing 4 goals in the first game. It was a 4-0 win for New York. And by Corrine Schroeder having a shutout, first shutout in PWHL history. It's going to be the local girl, Abby Levy, rocking some days ago, although it feels like a lot longer because there's been so much history made this week in the PWHL. A home and home to start the season. And a 4-0 win for New York in Toronto on New Year's Day. Both teams going at it. New York comes away with the puck early. Ballman will play it across for Hobson. Emma Woods feeds Abby Rock. And quickly, here comes New York. A quick shot and a pad saved by Campbell. All the way around the boards, and New York able to hold it in. Good chances early on for both sides. Emma Woods will flip it in and go for a change. Toronto settles down. But Julie, if you're a goalie, you probably want to feel the puck early on.
Well, yeah, definitely. That's what you want because you want to get tested. You want to see if you're sharp and you're feeling right in a game day situation, especially if you're on the road, if you're Kristen Campbell after last game.
Here comes New York once more. Baker will play it ahead. Now Downey Landry streaking down the center. Cuts to the left side. Good puck handling there. And Downey Landry continues to chase. Collision in the corner. Toronto comes away with it. Toronto briefly in the zone, but New York able to settle things down. Ella Shelton calmly playing it over to Jamie Bourbonnais. Ella Shelton will go down in history as the first one to score a goal in the PWHL. Let's take a look at our players to watch, brought to you by Woody Creek Distillers.
And what we have here is Maggie Connors. She was making her pro debut on Monday, was absolutely incredible. She has speed, effort, ability to drive the play, and she won the Toronto Player of the Game honors. Emma Woods, this is a player that Coach Howie Draper said, "We knew she was going to be good, but we didn't know she was going to be that good. She is a demon on the puck. She has speed. She can pass." And he said she could have been someone that could wear a letter, along with a lot of other players on this team.
Yeah, this New York team has had surprising chemistry so far, given the fact that they had just a short training camp. As Campbell hangs on. Short training camp, then many players went to play for their respective countries in the rivalry series against each other, and then came right back. And speaking of playing for the national team, there's the head coach of Team Canada, Troy Ryan, who said, "If anyone's going to score a goal against me that's a former player of mine, I'm glad it was Shelton."
Right, he said there's no one better that you want to see scoring that goal. He was so happy for her. So is Gina Kingsbury, the GM of Toronto.
Ella Shelton's puck and stick on their way to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto.
That's pretty good, isn't it? You don't get to keep it, I guess, but it's history.
Here comes Savannah Norcross flipping in for New York, and she'll give chase. Cut off nicely by Levis. Now Levis looking for a passing lane will feed the point for Norcross. Norcross sends it down low. They'll ring it around the boards in a battle there. Baker able to hold the zone briefly for New York. Good communication from both teams as you hear them talking and trying to sort things out. Still very early in this new season. Toronto still trying to clear the zone. A good offensive shift here for New York. Eldridge will play it to the point. And a quick shot that deflects up and out of play.
Right, well, see, Abby Rock here, we know that she is such a great player for Team USA. She actually told me she's a dual citizen and she could have played for Canada, but that she didn't want to pass the beep test because she didn't think she could. She actually said that. I think she could pass it.
Abby Rock, a force to be reckoned with. Nice block shot by Sarah Nurse, who then plays it ahead for Blair Turnbull. Collision along the boards as Nurse gathers the puck, falls to her knees, and the puck comes out of the zone. Jamie Bourbonnais settling it down now for New York. Sends it up ahead as Renata Fast tries to get out of the way of the ref. And a quick chance there. Puck is loose in front, they score! And just like that, New York strikes first. It's 1-0.
Rock and roll, baby.
Yes.
That's what we thought. I think she could pass that beep test. We see here Chloe Arnaud with a pass in, nice little chip in, and there's Emma Woods right in front, dishes it to her, and then just that net front presence, hard in front of the goal. That's what they did last game. They're able to do that. And look, right, that nice little feed. And then so much time it felt like that Abby Rock had a chance to put that 1-5 hole, it looked like.
Yeah, she is ready to rock, if you will. And a quick lead for the home team. Toronto trying for a quick answer here. Now they've been outscored 5-0 by this New York team to go back to that New Year's Day matchup. Looking for an answer, but Bauman takes a check, falls to the ice, plays it ahead. Now Spooner trying to maintain possession, takes a shot that was deflected on the way. Maggie Connors battling for it. Malte joins it down low. Intercepted by New York, and they turn it up the other direction. Cut off nicely by Connors. Downey Landry fighting for it too. Good battle along the boards here for both teams. Who's going to give an inch?
Well, that's where you want to win it, is along the boards there to get possession.
Toronto able to come away with the puck, and Malte feeds the point. Now a quick shot that's blocked, and a nice block there by Saulnier, who then heads to the bench. Toronto was in offside. Let's take another look at that goal.
This goal had a lot of components. We see that Emma Woods was able to dish that one out from behind the net. And Abby Rock has some connections to Toronto.
Yes.
Her father, Jim, is a scout for the Toronto Maple Leafs. She said that they talk about her game a lot. They talk about hockey a lot. I said, what did he say about your first game? She said he was more interested in the atmosphere, the fact that there were so many people involved and excited about hockey in Toronto. We also did talk about the Leafs and maybe what they might do in the future, but we'll save that for another discussion.
Another discussion. Abby Rock with all kinds of connections as here comes a chance for Brittany Howard and a glove save by Levy. We've got some feistiness breaking out early in this one, Jules.
Yeah, actually, a lot of the girls talked about how they love the physicality of this game. But let's look at this glove save from Abby Levy, and she is a New York native. We've talked about her pads. She has some of the best pads in the world, I have to say, and I want to do a whole soliloquy on it, but I won't right now. They're inspired a little bit by Henrik Lundqvist, but she's not a fan of Henrik Lundqvist because she grew up as an Islanders fan. Her family is here tonight. She's one of 5.
Toronto wins the draw in the O-zone. Fost able to play it aside. Now Sarah Nurse going to work down low, falls to the ice. Still battling here. Blair Turnbull will pick up the loose puck. Looking for a lane, spins off, and sends it down low. Quick shot that was blocked on the way. And New York comes away once again. It's Jessie Eldridge. Possession for the, or battle for the puck rather, and Renata Fast gets there first. Now Jocelyn LaRocque finds Sarah Nurse. Some good pace to the start of this game. 1-0 New York, and this crowd was loving it. There's a lot of teal in the stands.
Yeah, teal is a big theme in the New York women's sports era. Gotham FC and the New York Liberty.
Vasco with a shot, finds traffic, and Howard keeps it alive, but goes over the net. Monroe now sends one toward the net, deflected by Howard, but wide.
You'll see Howard's stick's actually really long. She's short, but she loves the long stick. She said she's been working on her shooting since she was a kid, and she loves being able to give her leverage. She says that it's helped her a lot, and Troy Ryan said that you can tell when a player has a long stick like that, that they like to work on shooting.
Interesting. Good nugget. Here's Emma Malte. Goes to the center of the ice, and a quick shot, saved by Levy. Back comes New York with speed. It's Emma Woods. Sending it in. She'll follow up on the initial shot, but Toronto turns it up the other direction. Here's Malte. Going cross ice for Spooner, and he just missed Connor. Streaking toward the net. Connors regains possession. Sends it down low for Spooner. The line's in a blender after that New Year's Day shutout. Troy Ryan saying he's still working to find who's going to have the best chemistry on the ice between his team.
Right, and it's still early in this season. We know that they're all trying to figure out who works well with one another. However, Jessie Eldridge did say in such a shortened season, one game, one loss can kind of put you behind. So you want to be able to take advantage of it.
Especially with the point system they're using, 3 points for a regulation win, and that's what has New York tied atop the standings with Minnesota. Now Jaguar battle along the boards with Jones. Puck comes out to the neutral zone as Zafuto flips it in. Nearly halfway through this first period, a 1-0 lead for New York. Zafuto collects the puck in her own zone. Jaguar going cross ice for Baker. Jaguar tried to fight through a stick and couldn't. Now Toronto tries to pick up the loose puck. Jessie Comfer doing work in the corner. Jade Downey-Landry strips the puck and turns it up the other way for New York. Howie Draper spent so much time, Julie, talking to us about defense, and we've seen really good defensive structure here so far tonight.
Right, I mean, that's what they want to do. He said, don't give them 5 seconds. You'll be able to give them an entire zone entry. So he liked what they did last game, but they just got to do it for an entire 60 minutes.
Toronto loaded up with superstars, as are all of the teams, because there's only 6 of them in the league. Now here's a chance for New York, and an errant pass will go the other direction. It's Toronto with numbers. Here's LaRocque joining the rush. LaRocque in onside and loses it. Back comes New York.
Well, we know that Troy Ryan really wanted them to work on their shot mentality. They had 62 shot attempts, but he said they could have had 200 shot attempts and only had 2 goals. He didn't like what they were able to do on net. He said we really need to get some more net front presence, get pressure, because they just weren't, it was almost being too cute, too many east-west passes. It's like, you just got to shoot the puck.
Abby Levy calmly plays the puck behind her own net. And Bourbonnais sends the head for Eldridge. Now Carpenter, who had a beauty of a goal in the opener, will go cross ice. Ballman, loose puck, and the save for Campbell. Abby Rock puts the home team up 1-0 early in the first. It's the home opener for PWHL New York. PWHL is brought to you by Canadian Tire, Canada's store and proud founding partner of the PWHL. Jamie Hirsch and Julie Stewart-Binks here with you in New York's home opener tonight at Total Mortgage Arena. Toronto winning the draw and taking it down with speed, but Alex Carpenter wins the foot race. Toronto with a chance. Natalie Spooner off her backhand and just goes wide.
Yeah, Natalie Spooner looked great in her first game. I mean, we know that she had come back from having a baby, and
incredible.
What I think is really interesting, Renata Fast told me, is that having a baby when you're a professional athlete normally used to mean that your career was over.
Yeah.
But now it means with the PWHL, they give you support, they give you maternity leave, the ability to come back and be able to play, which feels like that should be normal, but the women haven't had this kind of support before, so it's so wonderful to see this.
Natalie's 1-year-old son, Rory, was born just 3 months before she ended up making the national team. There's a shot that goes wide of the net. Emma Woods trying to keep the play alive. And Fast will take it away. Spooner, one of many role models in this league of women who are trying to do it all. Kendall Coyne-Schofield comes to mind. She also had a baby recently and is crushing it right now at PWHL Minnesota. There are so many women who are doing what used to be impossible, Julie.
Right, and I know there's a lot of women who wish that they were still a part of this and that had to retire. I spoke with Jill Apps about that last night. She just had a baby 5 days ago, her partner Megan Duggan, and congratulations to them.
Congrats.
But, you know, they had to, of course, they move on with their lives, but she said it was so great to be able to see that women can kind of continue, because college used to be really the end for a lot of women, or they play in a professional league that they'd also have to have a job.
Here comes Abby Rock, goal scorer so far, lone goal scorer to this point. Chloe O'Rard playing it down low for Rock once more. Rock fights off a check, ends up getting taken down to the ice. And Sarah Nurse slinging across the ice, but right to Rock. Rock with a chance, pad save. Somehow stays out, another save by Campbell. New York keeping it alive. Emma Woods now with a dangerous pass right in front. Puck is loose. And oh, what another save by Campbell.
And Campbell right there, and flurry of saves.
Incredible chance for Toronto, just missing out on what would be their first goal in the PWHL. Incredible chance for New York, excuse me. Great play by Campbell. Now here comes Kogan, trying to build some momentum off those incredible saves. Flanagan with a shot, and Levy gobbles it up. Kristen Campbell.
A little skirmish there in front of the net. Love to see it. The women love seeing it.
Campbell doing her best to keep her team in this game, keeping it 1-0 despite a couple of great chances from New York. We're back here now where Toronto trails 1-0 in New York. Troy Ryan joining us now. Coach, what do you need to see different from your team in order to tie this up?
Oh, I don't mind the start. I mean, we got to do a little better job getting establishing our forecheck and maybe possessing the puck a little more in the offensive zone. But I think we're getting going now, so we'll be fine.
Well, your goalie certainly looks locked in. Thanks so much for the time.
Well, thanks for having me.
The ref having a brief conversation to the ladies. Keep it clean, girls, right?
Well, you know that Abby Rock likes to chirp a lot
Yes.
of players, but she did tell me that it's usually valid.
Well, Malte got kicked out of the face-off circle there, so something happened. Yeah, Abby Rock already voted best chirper in the league. And here she comes, carrying the puck down the left side. Already with 1 goal here today.
She said she learned that trash talking from when she played boys hockey her entire life. She said you had to be able to keep up with the chirps. And having played boys hockey myself, I completely understand that. I felt them myself. So she said she does them, but she doesn't do anything mean. Just sort of, picks out things that might be particularly, I don't know.
Troubling, get under the skin of your opponents.
How do you say chirping in a nice way? She calls the Canadians divers because they are. That's what she told me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure
as
if
an
that's
American,
objective, yeah.
I don't know. We are airing across North America, so we have to be careful what we say.
Hello
but you can
to
represent
all of
Canada.
our viewers.
I'll represent Team USA, which,
and
by
across
the way,
the world, too.
Big World Juniors win on the boys' side today for Team USA. Congrats to them.
Congratulations.
Saw a couple of these women posting about that on social media as LaRock tried to hold the zone. It comes out to the neutral zone. Cut off by Herard. But LaRock gets it right back. Turns it up the ice, and a good chance here for Toronto. Leslie takes a shot that's gobbled up by Levy. And some more little extracurriculars between Vasco.
So I'd love to talk a bit more about Abby Levy because, as we know, Schroeder got that incredible shutout, and so we were kind of wondering a bit more about Abby. She's laid back, she's poised, she's calm. Howie Draper said she couldn't be more different from Schroeder.
Well, she gets the start here in her hometown area. Friends and family in attendance. In what is actually her pro debut as Downey Landry enters the zone, leaves nicely, and a quick shot that sails over the net. Great intensity by New York so far here tonight.
They've been looking fantastic on the forecheck, just absolutely dominating Toronto and being able to set up. Not feeling the pressure. I know that Toronto is really looking to be able to do a little bit more on their forecheck and be able to bring more pressure, but I think they need to see more of that.
Claire Turnbull tries to find Sarah Nurse. Now Sarah Nurse going to the point, and the quick shot saved by Levy. Jade Downey Landry taking it behind her own net. Now hands it over to Baker. She sends it up the ice, and a collision. Toronto settling things down behind its own net. Cut off nicely by Eldridge. Eldridge takes a shot, save! Now Alex Carpenter doing work along the boards. Toronto trying to clear the zone, and they do. But Eldridge flips it right back in.
Right, on Eldridge, Abby Rock told me she thinks she's one of the most underrated players. She feels as though she should be on Team Canada. Says that a part of the developmental pool, she is the best one. She's incredible. She's got a great shot, great work ethic, and she hopes that this stage will help her get that opportunity.
Alex Carpenter behind her own net now. Toronto on the forecheck, trying to make something happen. Brooke Hobson will play it ahead for Eldridge.
For wanting net play, I feel as though Toronto isn't doing necessarily as much of that at this point.
Yeah, the bulk of the grade A chances seem to have come from New York to this point. And a goal to show for it as well. Here's Norcross. Goes around a body, still fights for it, but the puck comes all the way back to Levy, who will calmly come out of her crease to play it over to her teammate, except it almost got to Connors. Levy had to hustle back into her net.
Well, that's sort of her laid-back nature, right?
There you go.
You know a goalie comes out, plays the puck, that they have the confidence, but you never know. There could be a Maggie Connors right there on your back.
Toronto still fighting for their first goal in PWHL history. Back up to the point is Callie Flanagan, the American. One of only 2 Americans on this Toronto roster.
Yeah, the Toronto roster is very Canadian.
11 Ontario natives even.
And also, of course, Troy Ryan and Gina Kingsbury, head coach and general manager, are that of Team Canada.
Yes, very familiar with most of the women on this roster.
And on New York as well, a number of Canadians as well.
Fair point. Here's Chloe Arard, who represents France, actually. And a quick shot that's blocked up and out of play. It's all about now and the future, of course. The future in attendance representing. We'll be right back. official online shop of the PWHL is now open. Gear up for game day with jerseys and apparel for your favorite team. Visit shop.thepwhl.com to complete your game day fit. We've seen all kinds of game day fits rocked around here tonight. And, you know, Julia, I know for Christmas, I actually went online and bought a couple of game day pucks and a couple of other items from the shop. So they've got some good swag to check out when you get a chance.
Well, you just threw me under the bus because my mom's been asking for swag, and I said, I don't know. I don't get any free swag, I don't think. You're going to have to go online. So that's where she can go online and buy some swag, as you guys can too.
Back here at Total Mortgage Arena, Toronto still looking for an answer. Fast with a goal, or the shot that deflects wide. Looks like we might have a penalty coming. Oh. And someone's down on the air as both sides want to know what's the call. And I think that's still part of this young league, is figuring out that gray area and what is
a gray area. Yeah, you're right.
We're going to take another look at this, and the upper right corner is where you'll see Fast just kind of get her with her stick, but it didn't look vicious, and they're going to let him play 5-on-5. They're not going to call a penalty on that. It was unfortunate. Saulnier went down.
I think it's a right call because Fast was just getting rid of the puck off her stick. Wasn't anything malicious about it. Part of the game.
So they play on 5-on-5. And we'll keep an eye on Saulnier as well.
But yeah, that would have hurt. It definitely would have hurt.
O'Rourke will flip it in for New York. Abby Rock back on the ice. The lone goal scorer of this game so far. Hobson tried to chase it down, but Abby Levy says, I'll just freeze this puck.
So on that topic of the physicality, I was mentioning Jamie Bourbonnais before. She told me yesterday that when Emma Malte hit her last in game 1, it really took her out. And afterwards they texted with one another because they're friends. They know one another. So that's what the league is kind of part about.
Right.
They said, you know what, it's hockey at the end of the day. As long as it's clean, we know that these things are going to happen. And so we just deal with it on the ice. But you know, when the jersey comes on, the friendship goes away.
It is a unique thing to play side by side for your country, as so many of these women do, and then go against each other now in the PWHL.
It is. It's so crazy. Then Toronto's top line: Sarah Nurse, Blair Turnbull, Jessie Comfort. Jessie Comfort playing for Team USA. The other two for Team Canada. Maybe picking up some tips.
Here comes Alex Carpenter with speed. Turned the other direction by Toronto quickly. Maggie Connors enters the zone, takes a shot, leaving, hangs on.
Well, there's Maggie Connors. We talked about her as a player to watch beforehand. She's got a great shot. She's got a lot of confidence. She graduated from Princeton just last year, and I think she was a second leading scorer on her team. She's just done so much already in such a young career, but I love seeing just that confidence and that poise.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time in the top 6 for Toronto to this point. They'll line up again as Toronto will take an O-zone face-off once more, trying to get something going. Toronto can't hold the zone. They'll come all the way back as Renata Fast will collect behind her own net. Here's Fast now turning it up for Captain Blair Turnbull. Cut off by New York. And a long shot turned aside by Campbell. We've got a power play here for Toronto.
2 minutes for slashing.
Maggie Connors flips it ahead. A good kill so far. Now Jessie Comfer. Play it back. Toronto will regroup once more. Just over a minute to go on the man advantage as Comfer gets taken down. Now Howard to feed the point. It's LaRock. Hands it off to Malte. Malte going down low for Comfer. Comfer up for Flanagan. Plays it off the boards. And another whistle.
Looks like we've got some more action going on here. Another, Toronto's gonna have a 5-on-3 again, like they did in game 1. Okay, so Jamie Bourbonnais goes to the box. Let's take a look.
Let's see with the penalty. Oh yeah, that's
yep.
a cross check.
That'll do it. That will put you in the box there.
Right into the boards, and it'll be 5-on-3 for Toronto. Will this be enough for Toronto to get its first goal in PWHL history? Larocque feeds Howard. Now Howard back to the point. Malte up top for Flanagan. Flanagan waiting, feeds Larocque. Oh no, Abby Rock's without a stick.
Yeah, her stick's going.
Howard tries to take advantage. Puck is loose in the crease and batted down.
Troy Ryan talked about those stick lifts they want to do.
Here comes Comfer. Still no stick for Alex Carpenter. She gets it, and a quick save. Now Levy doesn't have a stick. It's chaos for New York, and Toronto is trying to take advantage.
We have a stick problem out here.
Malte back to Larocque.
Somebody give her
over
a
to
stick.
Malte. Time winding down on the period. Quick shot, short side, save. Puck is still loose, and she still doesn't have a stick.
The stick actually just stopped it.
What a clear for New York.
Wow.
The horn sounds on the first period. Oh my goodness.
Holy macaroni.
Troy Ryan has to be shaking his head. So many chances for Toronto. They will start the second period on the power play still, but my goodness, Julie, what a missed opportunity.
A huge missed opportunity. Another 5-on-3 that Toronto could not convert on. We know that they still have time on that, but New York dominated that period. They were able to establish their forecheck, get in on the zone, get low, get everything that Howie Draper wanted. Troy Ryan will have some words with his team, who felt like they really didn't do what they set out to do. They wanted to have a better shot mentality. They didn't have the pressure that they needed, and they're penalized for it.
What a start to this game. Abby Rock, your lone goal scorer to this point. Abby Levy doing everything she can, keeping the shutout alive to this point. We'll be right back for the intermission.
What's up, Leafs fans? Another awesome night here on TSI. Thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with us. Please don't forget to hit that like button, as it helps bring more Leafs fans into the chat. The more the better. A big shout out to our insiders and VIP members. Your support is truly appreciated. I cannot explain to you what it means for this community. Please consider joining our community. It's only 99 cents a month. I made it as low as possible so that we can get more and more people joining our community. Awesome member exclusive emojis in the chat during these Leafs games, and add your name to the scroll down below. Anyways, enough of the necessary evils to keep growing this amazing Toronto sports community and Maple Leafs community. Back to Leafs hockey. Go Leafs go. I'll see you guys in the chat. Peace.
intermission of PWHL New York taking on PWHL Toronto. It is 1-0 in New York after 20. We're pleased to be welcomed by Sarah Nurse from Toronto. Sarah, after 20 minutes of play on the road here against New York again, how do you feel your team played?
I think there are a lot of good things to take from that period. I think we can bear down. Obviously, we want to outnumber in front of the net and pick up sticks, but I think our forechecks look really good, and I think we're going to get a bounce point our way this next period.
Sarah, you guys started the period, will start the period on the power play. What's the message in order to get that equalizer?
I think it's all about process. Obviously, we want to get the momentum for our team, so if it doesn't end up being a goal, we want to swing the momentum in our direction so that when we do get back to even strength, we can have that momentum and come at them wave after wave.
Thanks so much for the time.
You're welcome.
When we come back, we will break down a very special time for this New York team. They took a trip to the New York Stock Exchange. Stay tuned.
Thank you. We are so excited to be here today for the final session of 2023 New York Stock Exchange. This whole journey for us has been pretty incredible, and I think the long journey we've been on, many didn't believe that we could be in a position like this today. And to be here and to be able to redevelop the stock exchange is truly an honor for all of us in the PWHL. I'm excited to be here today with my daughter, young hockey player, who came with me, along with all of the other young girls that are here today. I'm so proud to know that they're never going to know a world without women's professional hockey now. And they're going to know that there's a place for them in hockey. And maybe as a player, maybe as a coach, maybe as an executive. But there are going to be opportunities for them in women's hockey from this day forward.
Long line of historic moments this past week. It's been something special to watch as young fans know that now there is a league for them to play in one day. You can see so many girls here with their teams, their families. It's been something special to watch, Julie.
Yeah, actually, over the last couple weeks, even at Rockefeller Center was a lot of fun. I got to introduce the captains of the team, which we can't wait to show you at some point. It felt like a Hallmark movie, which is a lot of the women have said on Instagram. It never had this kind of stuff before. A lot of male professional athletes are kind of used to it,
right?
But for female professional athletes, this is new, and this is just so wonderful. So we're really excited about it.
And hopefully the norm, right, going forward, that this will just be how all athletes get the royal treatment per se. But it truly has been a magical week. All started, of course, on Monday, New Year's Day, new year, new league. Daniela Ponticelli and Cheryl Pounder were there to call the action between these same two teams in Toronto, and they have a recap.
Daniela Ponticelli alongside Cheryl Pounder here at the close of a historic day of the Professional Women's Hockey League. We opened it, Cheryl. I asked you the impossible dream. It's possible. It has now come to a close. We now have first checked off for a number of people, but this was really what it was all about, the moment.
Yeah, it was, and the impossible has become a reality for the youngsters in this generation. There is a place to play, and as these women in the present stepped on the ice, it was also the foundation of which to grow. You saw people capturing the moment, the youth organization, the kids dancing in the crowd, the smiles, and that's why I said at the beginning of this game that I wanted the women to look above the glass, not below it, to focus in on just the puck drop, but it was about a unified group, a voice, a strength. These two teams, everyone in the league that got us to this moment. It's memorable. It's a moment that will live with these women forever. It's a moment that will live with me forever.
And we just saw at the close of the game both teams coming together. Talk about unified. That was a moment as well. The crowd absolutely gives me chills to think about. But let's bring it back to the hockey. We saw some great goals, 4 different goal scorers, but all on one team, Cheryl.
Yeah, New York, they were a buzzing, weren't they? And it's going to be Ingersoll, Ontario's Ella Shelton. That is going to get the first ever goal in the PWHL. And you could just see the excitement. Everyone was corralled around her. And although it didn't come from the home team, Toronto, there was excitement. And then this play, I mean, Alex Carpenter, who is one of the most gifted goal scorers in the world. What a shot. That's top cheddar against one of the best goaltenders in the world, and Kristen Campbell, who plays for Team Canada. But it continued to go north. This is a beautiful feed by Downey Landry over to Saulnier, just driving the back door, and she's able to pot it in. I mean, this is a team that has really come together from all over, but they found chemistry, and this final goal was unbelievable too. Just having the presence of mind to dig in, the relentlessness without Campbell patient and knowing where the biggest threat is on the ice. And guess what? She took it away. The goaltender was their best player today. She kept Toronto at bay, and she's going to get the first ever win, not allowing one buyer. And you can see it in her face right there, how excited she is to bring the victory home to New York.
Well, I don't know if it's official, but we did notice 2 sticks, Shelton and Schroeder's, making their way likely to the Hall of Fame.
Amazing.
That's what it seemed like, a big historic day in the PWHL, and it all starts here. The rest of the regular season is ahead.
Yeah, and another bit of history tonight as Abby Rock scores her first in the PWHL in the home opener for New York. We'll be back for the second period after this. What a week it's been around the PWHL across North America, and now it's New York's turn to bring the PWHL to the fans in the New York area here, and they've certainly given the home crowd something to cheer about. Abby Rock getting the home team on the board first.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. Abby Rock is so incredible. She's a great passer, but she's a great shooter. We see that Emma Woods finds her from behind the net. This is a player that I don't pat myself on the back, keyed in on as a player to watch. And also, Chloe O'Rourke gets on the board with her third assist as being part of New York. We know that she's the first first player from France to play in this league, so that is a big step for her. But an incredible goal there, just that passing, that chemistry. They're really coming together very quickly, I've noticed.
Meanwhile, for Toronto, they do still have 58 seconds of power play time to start this period. They had so many chances, though, in the final few seconds of that first period. I couldn't believe they couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, we were having quite a hootenanny of shenanigans up here, wondering why they couldn't put the puck in the back of the net. Abby Levy didn't have her stick. Carpenter dropped her stick. They got to do something here, because if they can't do it on the man advantage, it's going to be hard for them to score.
Let's take a look at the first period stats brought to you by Sport Check, and you'll see the lone goal scored by Abby Rock, her first in her PWHL career. As you mentioned, Chloe O'Rourke now with 3 helpers on the season. That's the most points of any PWHL skater to this point. Emma Woods getting the first point of her PWHL career. Again, it's 58 seconds of power play time for Toronto as they begin this period. And they are going to do their best to take advantage. There was a moment where Alex Carpenter didn't have her stick as a penalty killer, so it was basically a 5-on-2. Abby Levy didn't have her stick, so
a lot of drop sticks in that power play.
And yet, somehow New York able to keep it out of the net.
Well, Sarah Nurse said in the interview that you had with her that even if they don't score, they want to use this as momentum.
Yes. And they'll try to use that momentum now as they gain the zone. Blair Turnbull fighting along the boards for possession, comes out to Sarah Nurse, and her shot deflects up and off the glass. A good chance for Maggie Connors on the side. Sealed off nicely by Levy. Another shot from Nurse. Loose puck in front, they score! Natalie Spooner right in front. It's a power play goal to tie it.
And that's exactly what they needed and exactly how they were going to do it. A gritty goal, getting a puck right in front of the net, and Natalie Spooner, one of the best players in the game, is one to put it away. We see that they have so much net front presence. They have that pressure, they set up really well on the points, and then it's a shot, and then just banging it in. Really, Blair Turnbull getting a chance on it. There's one shot, and then Natalie Spooner putting it back. They will be very relieved that they were able to get something done on the power play there.
And Troy Ryan has to be glad that they finally made life difficult on the New York goalie. He talked about how it was far too easy for Corrine Schroeder in game 1, and probably Abby Levy too through the first period of this second game.
Right, and they had 4 power plays in that first game. He said that he felt that they were just standing around a lot of the time. But now, and we know that Natalie Spooner had a great first game. She had a lot of net front presence. She drives to the net, and she's now Toronto's first ever goal scorer in PWHL history.
Congratulations to Natalie Spooner. Some history for herself. And Toronto has tied this game and also stopped New York's run of unanswered goals at 5. 4-0 win on New Year's Day for New York. And a 1-0 lead early. Madison Packer trying to break out of her own zone. She'll skate it in, joined by her teammate, and Jaguar takes a shot that's blocked. Good chance in front for Packer, couldn't hold on to the puck.
Yeah, it's great to see Madison Packer here on the ice. People know her so well from being captain of the Riveters. She's had a long, storied history. She has one of the most incredible careers.
Vasco with a shot and a nice save for Levy.
All right, well, let's take a look at the goal scored by Toronto. We saw that they set up well on the points, and then, of course, Natalie tries to get it, bang it in, and Blair Turnbull helps when she's happy.
Brittany Howard will send it back to the point, slings it across for Knowles. Knowles' shot deflects wide and off the glass. New York coming away with the puck as Baker turns it up. And here comes New York. Jesse Eldridge on the forecheck. A good answer early in the period to certainly take advantage on the man advantage. Here comes Ella Shelton, goal scorer from game 1. Ooh. Nice pass to Jesse Eldridge and just couldn't connect.
We just knew she was going to do something sneaky there. She had that little cutback before.
Here's Sarah Nurse with speed, breaking toward the net and had it taken away by Bourbonnais. Good chance now here for Sarah Nurse. And it's amazing how one goal can suddenly change everything, right?
Hey, that's all it takes. Gives a whole lot of momentum to a team that's been struggling, and they find the back of the net, and then you see that you can break down the goalie. You know that you can score. You're finding chemistry. It's real key. It's incredible what kind of momentum it has on a team. It can open things up.
Baker will send it down low, cut off nicely by Toronto, and Nurse still on the ice. Feeds her teammate, Renata Fast, joining the rush. Beautiful pass to Turnbull. Turnbull off her backhand. Puck is still loose and a save by Levy.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Renata Fast is so incredible at entering the zone. She brings that puck in with such speed and just such confidence.
Beautiful pass. It sailed through the crease. Nobody home, but good idea. Jones fighting to keep possession for Toronto. Great energy for Toronto here in the early going of this second period.
Yeah, completely different team, it feels like. They just got that pep in their step.
Savannah Norcross try to turn it the other direction. Cut off by Kogan. Kogan fights through a check. They'll go to work along the boards, fighting for possession here in what's now a 1-1 game. Good chance. Another good chance for Toronto. Right in front. They score! Traffic in front of the net. Toronto will take its first lead in their PWHL history. And it looks like it was Alexa Vasco.
From the face-off, St. Catharines, Ontario's own Alexa Vasco gets this one in after an initial save from the face-off. Just bangs it in. That's a tough one, but a great shot in close. That's what they want. Again, net from presence.
And it goes back to the energy Toronto came out to start this period with. They've dominated zone time. I know they had a power play for the first minute, but still.
That propelled them.
It's been all Toronto so far this period. New York actually told you they wanted to have a better second period than last time, and here they come in on the rush. A quick shot from long distance, gobbled up by Campbell.
Some fisticuffs.
Some nastiness here in the PWHL. We love to see it.
Nastiness within reason.
Within reason.
But we love it chippy.
You know, these teams are going to have fierce rivalries, though, and that's what it's all about, right? That's what makes sports so great and so entertaining.
Hey, Toronto, New York. Doesn't get any better. Here's an opportunity. Oh, there's Madison Packer. She knows the league well. Oh, getting in a bit of a headlock there. Allie Monroe. This is Madison's first game back after an injury. We like it. We love it.
This is the second of what will be 5 regular season meetings between these two teams. So don't let the final score of the first game fool you. These two are going to become fierce rivals and good competitors.
Yeah, that's the thing. Howie Draper said we can't just rest on our laurels that we won one game 4-0. I mean, it's not like the league was won in one game. And especially under those circumstances, everyone was so excited with the atmosphere and history being made.
Here's Alex Carpenter tried to find her teammate in the slot. Nice defense by Toronto. Here comes Comfer. Goes cross ice for Nurse. Nurse looking, shooting, and a save by Levy. Good chance short side.
Nice little
Blair
cutback.
Turnbull right in front, and it just went over the net.
A completely different story in this second period right now. Toronto connecting so well on their forecheck.
First time New York has had a deficit. They are trying to climb out of 2 quick goals here in the second period have changed this game entirely. Now New York will try to settle things down and gain some kind of zone time. Saulnier back on the ice. Still can't gain the zone.
A little banged up there.
Looks like they were in offside. 2-1 Toronto. Less than 7 minutes in. Oh, it was icing. They'll take it all the way back to the other side of the ice.
We're still trying to keep up here too.
It's everyone's first game around here.
It's a fast game.
Not the players.
It is a fast game. I am so in love with how fast this game has been, and all of them.
Face-off one in the O-zone by New York. Poirard back to Shelton, her shot blocked. Shelton collects in the neutral zone, tries to turn it up the ice. Instead, here comes Toronto. Callie Flanagan coming down the right side. And Bourbonnais will collect. Held in by Fast. Fast going down low. Toronto will go for a partial change. And New York unable to break out. Maggie Connors now from the right side. What a pass! Ooh. And a nice shot that was briefly saved by Levy. A lot of opportunities for Toronto. They cash in on 2 of them, and it's a 2-1 lead. Natalie Spooner with the first goal for PWHL Toronto. We'll be right back. The PWHL is brought to you by Bread Financial, official inaugural partner of the PWHL. It's been a tale of 2 periods so far here at Total Mortgage Arena. A quick goal from Abby Rock to make it 1-0 New York. And now 2 very quick goals in the second period as Toronto has taken the lead.
So it's a bit of a similar story to the first game where Toronto had so many shot attempts in the second period, but they weren't very good shots. The shot mentality we talk about, just that extra second, they're taking that now, and it's working out for them at this point. You know, there was so much pomp and circumstance around that game that I can't even imagine being a player in that game because there was so much going on. The emotion was overwhelming.
Troy Ryan said he wanted his team to feel all of the emotions, and if it cost him a game, so be it.
And it did.
It did cost them a game, but nice message for the coach. You know, he told us that there were times in that first game that he thought about kind of yelling at the girls as Abby Rock has a great chance. Denied by Toronto.
Nice defensive play there. Shots in the rock.
Toronto will try to come away with it. Ella Shelton holds for New York. Now Malte sends it across the ice for LaRock. New York trying to find its game after a sleepy start to this middle frame. The girls out of it, but then I thought, why would I ruin such a momentous day and such a historic occasion? They lost 4-0, but here tonight they have a 2-1 lead.
I know, I think that's such an interesting perspective. So cerebral in that moment, too.
Campbell will hang on.
He said he even got emotional when Billie Jean King was reading the rosters, the starting lineup in their locker room. And he said, well, if a middle-aged man can get emotional, you girls can too.
He says, I'm usually all business, but he said more than anything else that he's been a part of, and we're talking Olympic gold, world championship gold. He said that that day made him the most emotional, which is very telling.
I mean, it made me emotional. I started crying when I was watching it at home.
Here comes Howard into the zone for Toronto, just wide of the net. Howard doing work down low. New York comes away with a loose puck. They'll flip it ahead as Peyton Levis gives chase. Zafuto tried to send one, but it was deflected wide. Now Elizabeth Jaguar walking the blue line. Feeds Levis. Levis to Jaguar. And they play catch. Back to Zafuto at the point. Slings it across, the shot from the point. Kick save.
That's New York's best chance, best setup so far this period, it feels like.
Yeah, the first sustained O-zone pressure that they've had in this middle frame. Here comes Saulnier. Fought off by Nurse. Blair Turnbull trying to gain possession of the puck and does so. Goes across for Nurse, just out of her reach, but she catches up to the puck and carries it in. We get a whistle down low with just over 10 minutes to play.
New York.
18, penalty slashing.
We've got a slashing call, so Toronto will go back to the power play. Elizabeth Jaguar, the guilty party for New York.
Well, their third power play this game. They had 4 last game. They've had 7 power plays in 2 games.
1 for 7 officially. Their first coming off the stick of Natalie Spooner. And remember, rule change here for this inaugural season of the PWHL. If a team scores shorthanded, it is a true penalty kill, which means the penalty is over. Extra motivation, if you will, for New York to kill this off with a shorty.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's like, okay, well, let's kill this off and let's score.
Abby Rock blasts one, but it was held in by Toronto. Fast, goes across for Nurse. Nurse, down low, Spooner right in front. Sealed off by Levy. Back to Nurse. Up high for Fast. Now Connors settles down a bouncing puck. Hands it off to Turnbull. Back to the point for Fast. Fast, working in down low, looking for a lane. Fast still with it, bodies in front of the net. Nurse takes a slap shot, just off the post.
Wow. That looked like it went in almost.
I didn't hear the iron.
You didn't hear the...
So I thought maybe it did.
The sound was off.
They might look at it.
Yeah.
Because that was a laser
It was.
off the stick of Sarah Nurse.
Wow.
Jesse Comfer will play it back. Play continues as Callie Flanagan carries in for Toronto. New York trying to kill off the 3rd penalty here tonight. Callie Flanagan couldn't handle the pass, gets it back and goes down low. Howard up to the point for Flanagan. Now Howard gets it back, skates in off her backhand, sends it behind the net. Out to the point for LaRock. Thought about a shot, instead passes off to Malte. Comfer down low. Malte with a shot, gloved and held by Levy.
All right, let's look at that mysterious shot off the post that befuddled us.
Sarah Nurse with the shot. Where did this puck? Oh, it was. So that was one chance. And now here, another for Toronto.
Right, New York under siege here. The power play is looking great. The puck moving abilities, being able to connect, getting shots off, getting almost a shot in.
Incredible period so far for Toronto, and they are going to try to add to their lead. Loose puck in front. Levy is down, but New York able to get it clear. Jaguar out of the box. We're back to full strength. Abby Levy out of her net. Toronto buzzing this period as Alex Carpenter tries to settle things down for New York. Larocque sends it right back in and goes for a change. 7.5 to go here on the middle frame of what has been a highly entertaining game between these two clubs. The crowd getting involved as well.
Howard just picks that right off of her.
Shot saved by Levy. Eldridge comes away with it. Here, chance of defense from the crowd here at Total Mortgage Arena.
And they're not wrong.
This crowd willing its team to answer what's been a great period for Toronto so far. Looking like they're still on the power play. And we do get a whistle. It was Knowles and Eldridge caught up in something. We'll sort it out on the other side of this. But it's a 2-1 lead for Toronto, looking for their first win in their PWHL chapter.
Welcome back. PWHL Toronto leads PWHL New York 2-1. We're joined by head coach of New York, Howie Draper. Howie, we know you wanted to really do things in the second period, tighten things up. What's gone on so far?
Well, I think we've had some missed assignments in front of our net on 2 occasions, and that was one of the things we talked about. Toronto likes to go to the net hard, and we've got to make sure that we're boxing them out. And I think in 2 occasions we didn't do that, and Toronto's a good team, so you give them those chances, and they're highly likely to put the puck away.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Yeah, we know this league is a true best on best. Good players are going to score if you give them too many grade A chances.
And power plays. I really should have put that disclaimer in the question. 2 power plays.
Well, New York gets its first power play of the game tonight. Abby Rock going down low. Carpenter had it between her skates. Ella Shelton holds his own. Saulnier will sling it around. And Turnbull's without a stick. New York trying to take advantage of a 5-on-4 that might as well be a 5-on-3 with the captain stickless on the ice for Toronto.
I mean, this could change everything if New York is able to score on this power play. Knowing how much they dominated the first 20 minutes and dominated the first game.
Here's Rock, already 1 goal tonight.
Alex Carpenter's due.
Carpenter going cross ice. Shelton, banned on a shot. Nice Nice hold by Carpenter. Here she comes. Carpenter weaving in. Tried to go cross ice for Rock, and it was cut off nicely by LaRock. Good clear for Toronto as New York tries to come back once more. Here's Carpenter gaining the zone. Feeds it to Eldridge. Carpenter down low. Fights off LaRock, back to Eldridge. Eldridge with a shot, blocked on the way. Renata Fast joining the rush shorthanded. Here she comes. Renata Fast looking to pass, and a save by Levy.
Well, that'll get some momentum for New York.
Here comes New York now. Malte catches up to the puck. And Comfer sends it ahead. Short-handed chance. Save, Levy!
It's like we're just watching this on a rerun, you know? Save. Go to the other end. Bring it out.
Great
Shot.
effort, short-handed here by Toronto. Again, a short-handed goal kills the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5. Great kill by Toronto, and they've got numbers now again if they hurry. Sarah Nurse with a shot, saved. Puck is loose in front. JB Bermudet had it off her stick. Willoughby settles it down. Takes it down low. Checked along the boards by Downey Landry. Toronto able to hold as LaRock sends it down low for Nurse. Under 5 to go here in a 2-1 game. New York scored first. Toronto answered with 2 in the second. Shot by Leslie. Another chance by Nurse that was blocked on the way.
Yeah, these final few minutes definitely pivotal to see who has the momentum going into the final frame.
And icing means that we've got some tired New York defenders that will have to stay on the ice.
Look at them all.
Leaning on their sticks.
I can only imagine. If I go out for a 20-second shift, I tap my stick for a change. I cannot imagine how gassed they are right now. But that's what comes with a shortened season. Got to get up to speed pretty quickly, and they are.
Offensive zone face-off for Toronto, won by New York. But Toronto picks up the loose puck. Renata Fast battling for possession along the boards. Had it taken away. And here comes Downey Landry looking for help. She has the puck stripped. Back and forth they go as Toronto flips it in. New York probably just trying to survive the final 3.5 minutes of the second period. Vasco had it bounce off her stick. Sends it down low now for Howard. Leslie collects along the boards. Downey Landry takes it right back.
You'd be happy just to get out of this 2-1, honestly, at this point, the way Toronto's playing.
Peyton Levis takes it away. Nice feed across. We've got bodies all over the ice, Julie. Here's Malte. Malte skating in. A little too fancy there with Connors, and New York comes away with it. Abby Rock feeds Eldridge. Cross ice for Carpenter. Carpenter saved by Campbell.
Nice shot from Carpenter. We're waiting for her to do something. She's got it in there. She's got a great shot.
She is a playmaker, if ever we've seen one. There she is from the top. Alex Carpenter right on cue has tied this game at 2.
And we're back in the New York groove, baby. And that is Alex Carpenter being Alex Carpenter. Right there in the slot. She gets the puck. Oh, I mean, just an absolute laser. That's classic Alex Carpenter.
You called it, Julie. You said she's due.
Thank you. I appreciate.
You said she's due. We talked about how dangerous she is. In fact, many players around the league have called her one of the most dangerous goal scorers on the ice.
Yeah, they say she's also one of the most underrated, too. She's got deceptive speed. She has that great shot. But they feel as though she might not have been used as well with the U.S. or been one of the bigger stars, maybe.
What an answer for New York.
Wow.
We mentioned they wanted to just escape this period without any further damage. They did more than that.
Yeah, Alex Carpenter hurt us.
Here's Coffer now, trying to answer for Toronto, taking it hard to the net, sealed off by Levy. New York wants a call for too many men. They won't get it. Alex Carpenter, second game, second goal, and it's a big one as it's tied now, 2-2. Not at all the finish to this period that Toronto had dreamed up.
It's really been snip, snap for this period.
Well played, my friend. Here's Alex Carpenter, fresh off scoring her second of the season, back on the ice for the power play. Abby Rock fights through a check. Little backwards pass to Shelton at the point. A nice, nifty little pass again. Shelton now sends it through. Nice save. Rock, back for Shelton. New York trying to set up on the power play. Carpenter now had her shot blocked. And Shelton going cross ice for Rock. Rock settling down the loose puck, looking for a lane, goes down low. Saulnier back to Rock, up to the point. Shelton thought about a shot, now feeds Rock. Down low and a chance. Nice defensive play, puck is still loose, and Campbell will freeze it.
All right, well, let's take a look at Alex Carpenter's laser beam of a goal again. Just that hand-eye coordination, ripping it top shelf, classic Alex Carpenter. Kristen Campbell, you couldn't have done anything on it. I mean, maybe you could have, but Alex Carpenter, just such skill.
New York wins the draw. Abby Rock thought about a slap shot instead. Will feed Alex Carpenter on the other side. Back to the point for Shelton. Shelton to Rock. Rock down low for Saulnier. Back to Rock. Rock with a shot, just wide. Held in nicely by Shelton. Now down low it's Saulnier once more. Saulnier tries to get it out to Rock. Rock will hand it over to Shelton. Shelton across to Carpenter. Carpenter shot, save.
Now Carpenter's just going to work on this power play.
Eldridge tried to throw it in front. The horn will sound and a power play will continue in the third period for New York. What a period. This was all Toronto until the end.
I am flabbergasted. That was, we thought, I said it. I said if New York can get out of here at 2-1, everything, they'd be happy. They get out of here 2-2. I think
thrilled.
They're a little happier. And that was because they were able to gain possession, and Alex Carpenter does what she does best. When you activate her, she is one of the best players in the world. You can't let her have the puck.
Patty Kazmaier, winner back in 2015 with Boston College, and now shining in the PWHL. Sarah Nurse with a goal as well. We'll give our thoughts to the second period and our second intermission report right after this. Joined by Alex Carpenter, now one of the goal scorers for New York here in a 2-2 game. Toronto certainly had the better play for most of that period. How are you guys able to come back and answer late?
Yeah, I think just like last game, we kind of had a slow second period, so I think we're unfortunately experienced in that area, but we know how to play that way, and we're able to just chip pucks out and lock it down in the D zone.
And Alex, what is then sort of the message for the final frame to be able to get a home win?
Yeah, I think just, kind of like last game, keep it simple, play our game. We were able to put a couple in last game, and, I think our mentality is just go from here on out.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you.
When we come back, the GM of Team New York, Pascal Daou, will join us here in the booth.
Everything's on the line.
Shelton. She gets it! Ella Shelton scores! History is hers! She scores! Montreal wins in overtime.
Watch out! Another goal for Minnesota!
I'm a fighter.
We're back in a tie game here at Total Mortgage Arena, the New York area, welcoming the PWHL to town, and it has been highly entertaining so far. I'm Jamie Hirsch with Julie Stewart-Binks. What a period, Julie. We saw Toronto come out on a mission to not only tie this game, but ended up scoring 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of play, but New York got the last laugh of that second period. And we are so happy right now to welcome in General Manager of PWHL New York, Pascal Daou.
Yeah, and boy, what a suit do you have on, my friend.
Yeah, well, trying to match with you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm trying to match with you with what you wore in the first game. We got to get a shot of this before we continue on. But Pascal, yes, you wore a little bit of lilac in the first game, I remember, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I thought you
She
might
was
wear
trying
it.
to copy you.
I thought you might
Yeah.
wear it for the home game, but not. But this is great. How are you feeling? This is the home opener of your team.
It's just great to watch the players smiling, the kids smiling, the ladies or the girls, the future PWHL players smiling. So it's a ton of energy.
I know when we talked to Howie Draper, he mentioned that he appreciated your defense first mentality when you were building this team. Can you take us through the process of what it was like to build a team, first of all, so quickly and also so soundly?
Yeah, well, the plan was to aim at the rarity. So we knew that there were not that many available. Having already the opportunity to sign Micah to start with as a free agent. And then the first 2 picks to me was a no-brainer. It was like D that we were aiming at. And Shelton Bourbonnais are definitely a top 3 with Micah that all the team would love to have, and adding Hobson as well. So we have great Ds for sure.
Right, and on that note, with Ella Shelton getting your first goal, what has this week been like making history?
Well, you said it. It's history. We're writing the very first page of a big book to come, and everything is unique. Everything is like, as you said, it's historical. So, I mean, we have to create our very own book. Each page will be useful, even though the page won't look nice all the time. But it will be a great book at the end of the year.
Now, every GM is different, right? What's your style? Are you super involved? Are you able to relax and watch the game? Or are you hyper-focused on every play that's happening tonight?
No, I like to be on the floor, but I trust the players and I trust the coaches. I like to do the thing before, so we have the opportunity to chat, to discuss, to find the best solution. It's not about picking like 35 songs. It's about picking one song that we're going to sing all together at the same time. So, I mean,
you're a singer?
I can do this, but not live.
What's the song?
Well, I need a shower.
We can't help you there, but that's awesome. I didn't know you were a singer also, a GM and a singer.
Well, and also you were a coach too, and I know that you said that your dream was to be coaching in New York. It was a little different. You're general managing in New York 20 years after the fact. How does it feel for you to be in this position?
Well, it feels like someone is taking care of me. Someone is like putting all the opportunity, and as I said, every page will be useful. So every step that I've been through were useful, and that's one of the reasons why I'm having that opportunity to share with all that talent, working all together to aim at the same target, the excellence, the final game.
You know, I know it's interesting because with the system the PWHL has, you have 3 reserve players, but the rules are pretty strict in when you can use them. And now, being without your captain, Micah Zandyhart, for now 2 games and maybe more, we'll see what her timeline is. How challenging is that to manage a roster that ends up being pretty small?
Yeah, it is. There's no like AHL team that we can look at. So we need to take care of those decisions because the season is short, but it's long at the same time. We don't know what will happen. We're going to have some breaks with the international events. So we need to go through the reserve situation. We have the chance to have Packer back, so we have a full lineup tonight. Micah is about to play, so we're expecting her to be playing in the next 2 weeks. So we're going to be struggling to have to scratch some player, hopefully. If we scratch players, it means that we're healthy, which is the target.
Right, and a reserve player a lot of people know is Claire Thompson, who's also a medical student at NYU. When do you think we could see her?
Well, we tried. She tried. She's actually under like a visa situation because she's a student. So we have to go through that process. And then, as you mentioned, we need to go like, are we injured? Can we have her? And her visa, is she authorized to play? So we're not authorized now for her to come and to invite her. But we hope that we're going to have her on the ice before the end of the season.
So many unique challenges when you're managing a team that is in a brand new league. It just really was a dream 6 months ago.
It is. It is. I mean, I said it. It's like building a plane while flying.
That is such a good analogy. That's how I feel right now. Yeah.
So.
Thank you. So you're doing a masterful job so far. It's been a treat to watch the product that you put on the ice to this point. Enjoy the rest of the game, and thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you land the plane at JFK right now.
GM Pascal Daoud joining us here in the second intermission. We've got a crazy third period still on deck after a wild second that saw 3 goals.
Let's go, girls! This is your time to shine! From the sound of Bridgeport to the bright lights of New York City, it's women's professional hockey coming right at you! Oh, yeah!
You know, we love fans in all forms and all passions, right? That was passion right there, and we love to see it, frankly. It's a tie game here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and we've actually seen fans coming from all across the New York area. I talked to a fan on the way in, actually, who came all the way from Staten Island, which for those of you outside the New York area, that is quite the hike.
That is very far.
That is commitment, but that's the kind of excitement that we're seeing here, and for good reason. We're seeing best on best women's professional hockey really for the first time. And this game proves that this is truly best on best.
Right, and in New York, I mean, the fact is there's so many different boroughs, different areas. We saw the Rangers and the Islanders come together for women's hockey here. So we know that this is pretty important, and we're glad that everyone is really getting behind it because the quality is so incredible.
Yeah.
I'm just so inspired by the skill and the speed being out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen hockey at this level. I think it's better than the Olympic play. I mean, it's different ice size, but the these women are just really elevating their game, and they're all getting better. It's not just the Olympians, because that's what we really tend to focus on. It's everyone else that is from around the world or who maybe didn't make an Olympic team that you're saying, hey, they're pretty good. Maybe we should give them another shot.
Yeah, plenty of camp invites who are making a difference so far early in this season. Let's recap what we saw in the second period, because to this point, it was just 1-0 thanks to Abby Rock, but they came out firing, Team Canada did. It was Natalie Spooner with her first of the season, just 38 seconds in. And then Vasco made it 2-1 Toronto.
Yeah, well, we know that they had a power play, Toronto, which really just ignited them, and being able to score on it. And then, but then, coming back, Alex Carpenter.
Yep, this is the second period stats brought to you by Ream Canada. And we've got a hockey game here, Julie.
We certainly do. Toronto is out shooting New York. We're not surprised by that. That second period was a siege on Toronto. Abby Levy did her best. Two goals went past her, but she's still in net right now. And we know that there were three power plays.
The second power play for New York is about to expire. I believe they have 6 seconds left.
I'm trying to do my math here and just getting all confused.
Well, that's what the scoreboard's a great little cheat sheet, I've noticed. Either way, they're on the ice now.
Thank you for that tip.
Yes.
I will look up at it next time.
So we still have Poulin LaBelle serving the penalty for Toronto. I believe 6 seconds to go on the power play for New York.
Well, New York, as soon as they get a chance and when they're even strength, their 5-on-5 play has been pretty good. Other than the fact when Toronto got off of that power play, they had so much momentum and belief. I think, honestly, just getting that one goal after they'd had 62 shot attempts in the first game and nothing could get through. And honestly, nothing was truly threatening, but just getting Natalie Spooner to get their first goal says, hey, you know what? We can do this. We know we can do this if we play better in front of the net.
Natalie Spooner will go down as the first to score in PWHL Toronto history. We'll see if Toronto starts as fast as they did in the second period. Right now, it's just a battle for possession as New York will flip it in, and Renata Fast catches up to it. Spins off Alex Carpenter and will now turn it up. Here she comes, in with speed, goes across for Turnbull. Turnbull plays it along the boards for Sarah Nurse, who takes a big hit below. Peyton Levitt's on the ice for New York, tried to play it ahead.
Peyton Levis is someone that Alex Carpenter told me she was so impressed by.
How about that chance for Jessie Comfer, just over the cage and off the glass. Abby Rock settling things down, will skate through the neutral zone for New York. Here she comes with speed. Abby Rock going behind the net, tried the centering pass. Just stayed out of the net, and it goes in.
Wow.
The officials are immediately waving it off.
Yeah, no goal.
The crowd went wild. New York went wild.
Let's take a look at this. I didn't know when that whistle went. So we see Abby Rock bringing it into the zone. She's doing a great job with possession, and then she finds right in front of the net.
Beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass, that's what she's known for. They battle. Does it go in? Let's see this angle from up top. Okay, Chloe Aurard. Right there, they're sticking.
The puck was never frozen, so they're gonna look at this.
Yeah, when did the whistle blow? I didn't hear it.
I mean, Howie Draper clearly wants an explanation, because I didn't hear a whistle while that puck was still loose. You saw the crowd's reaction.
Yes.
You saw the team's reaction in terms of New York. Howie Draper shaking his head. I don't think he's gonna like this call. Let's see what they decide. A pivotal moment here in a tie game in the third period. And the crowd will boo as the officials say no goal.
This crowd is in tune.
I believe that whistle was after the puck had crossed the goal line.
It was after.
They're still talking about it, for the record. You know, they have a review system. They want to get this right. And so the refs are still discussing, because you heard it right there. The whistle sounded clearly after. Let's listen one more time, carefully.
That was it. That felt like it was in for
Well, they're
years
going to
at
say
that
no
point.
goal.
Wow. Wow.
A game of inches, a game of seconds. And we'll see if that comes back to haunt New York.
That's a tough one.
Bourbonnais sends it across the ice for her D partner.
We've seen closer calls than that. I'm in shock right now. But this is what happens. We've seen this in the NHL, we've seen the AHL, we've seen it in other sports.
Close calls that can go either way.
All the time.
And they did talk about it. You know, it's not like they just moved on. Howie Draper still looks confused.
Yeah, me and Howie Draper have the same look on our face. Like the numbers going by in front of it.
But you know what he's got to say to his girls? It's time to move on, ladies.
Yep. Use it as a gift and opportunity to do something great.
Still a whole period here to play in a tie game. New York's home opener for the PWHL. And Leslie with a nice pass and just missed Howard.
Tough turnover there.
Here comes Jaguar. Jaguar has Saulnier with her. Jaguar tries to feed Saulnier and couldn't connect. Big hit delivered by Downey Landry. It sent Leslie to the ice.
Just stood her up right at the blue line.
Here comes Howard. Off her backhand, gets a shot on goal, steered aside by Levy. Now Jesse Eldridge will carry for New York. Alex Carpenter with her. Toronto will get a clear as Sarah Nurse comes with speed, taken down. Levy will hang on, but we've seen physicality early in this period.
Yeah.
A little bit of contentious action on the ice.
It always gets that way. The physical play. There'll be a little chip on their shoulder now to New York after not having that goal. That's a
heavy hit delivered by Taylor Baker. But you know, in talking to some of these players, they want that physicality. We talked about it earlier in the game. If you're doing true best on best hockey, they want the refs to let them play. It makes the game more competitive. It gives more fire to the rivalries. Peyton Levis connecting with Eldridge. Now Eldridge tries to throw it out front. Puck is still loose and cleared away by Nurse. Now Bourbonnais has it blocked by Nurse. Jesse Eldridge holding the zone for New York, working in, tries to go cross ice for Levis and just missed. Here comes Comfer. Cross ice now for Nurse. She'll carry into the zone for Toronto. Back to Comfer. Cross ice pass and a chance in front for Larocque.
Larocque almost had him there. It's a nice passing play by those guys.
Jamie Bourbonnais from behind her own net. Reverses for Shelton. Shelton has to fight off Kogan. And Bourbonnais taken to the ice. Jess Jones upended Jamie Bourbonnais, and she is slow to get off the ice.
Jamie Bourbonnais again, just getting ragdolled out here.
Here's Emma Woods with a nice move. They gain the zone. Orard catching up to the loose puck. Battle along the boards. Less than 4 minutes gone in this final frame.
I know.
It has been all of the excitement we can handle.
Yes, we are so excited right here. Let's take a look at Abby Levy's save on a great Toronto champ. Sarah Nurse, nice little dip, sends it over to Jocelyn Larocque. Unable to get it past, a bit too tight for a shot right there. But more hard hits. A little hip check here.
Jess Jones getting involved.
Yeah, Jess Jones, who draws in for this game tonight in place of Hannah Miller. I was told beforehand, she's gritty. She's got a big personality. Great on offense. Trains with Emily Clark in the summer.
Another heavy hit delivered by Saulnier.
I also know, talking to some of the women, they want to show people, anyone who's a naysayer of the game, just how tough they are. like there's a little bit of that goes on as well. Like the
Sure.
women's game, of course, there's no fights. You know, there's no hitting, really. But the body contact, I'm gonna show them they're tough, and they are.
Yes. Here comes New York. Jade Downey Landry leading the charge, had it stripped by Spooner. Emma Malte gains his own for Toronto, and her pass cut off. Now a chance for Toronto. Loose puck steered aside by a New York defender. Rougeau delivering a big hit on Peyton Levis right along the boards. My goodness.
It would be tough to officiate this game in terms of these hits.
Here comes Alex Carpenter in with speed. Takes a shot that was deflected wide. Let's see if the chippiness continues and escalates here late in the game.
I mean, these two are the only teams that have faced one another so far. They are each other's rivals in the league.
A home and home to start the season. New York won in Toronto 4-0 on New Year's Day. Wonderful turnout for that home opener.
It just looked so electric. Natalie Spooner.
Ella Shelton now. Rock with a shot, fought off of the blocker. And another save by Campbell.
Oh.
Ella Shelton got shoved in the back, and they're going to go at it. Oh, my goodness.
There's the physicality? Question mark.
Big time physicality.
Some great opportunities here for New York. Just the first one from Abby Rock and a stop from Campbell. And then, of course, Chloe Gerard's able to get it up. Beautiful shot in front. I mean, Campbell's had a great game, I'd say. For her to be able to bounce back after allowing, remember, 3 goals on 8 shots in that third period. This is great for her. She said that adversity is something that she's kind of battled her whole life, and she's used to it. And so something like that first game is just something that makes it just another part of your story. And Troy Ryan said that he had her communicate with everyone after the game about each goal.
Yes.
I found that very interesting.
Let's see what happened after the play, because we saw Ella Shelton take a stick right to the back. She ends up in the box as well because she retaliates. But there it is.
Yeah.
That's Knowles with a cross check.
And then
Ella Shelton's going to get involved again.
And Olivia Knowles.
So we've got 3 women in the box right now. Ella Shelton for New York. Monroe and Knowles for Toronto. They're sorting everything out right now with the leadership group, but looks like it's going to be a power play for New York.
Number 17 for New York, cross-checking. Number 7 for Toronto, cross-checking.
Only 2 minutes goes on the clock.
Only 2 minutes, all right.
So a 4-on-3 power play upcoming.
Let's take a look at what went down. So after those opportunities, Olivia Knowles with the cross check.
I didn't see Ella Shelton deliver anything.
Yeah.
They might have gotten, unless it's right here.
No.
No, I'm a little surprised she's in the box, but they're trying to sort everything out in what was pretty much mayhem.
That was mayhem. And amidst all that, Campbell had made some great saves, but then it just turned into chaos. Well, at this point in the game,
it will be a power play for New York. Or maybe we'll go 4-on-4.
Yeah, not sure yet.
We've got 2 Toronto players in the box. 1 for New York.
Aaron, 12 is the first down or coming out? 12,
All right,
12 is going to come out if they score.
They're going 5-on-4.
Number 12 is going on the board, John.
Normal power play here for New York. New league, new rules. We're all sorting things out, and here we go.
As Pascal Daou told us in the intermission, it's like trying to fly a plane while you're building it. I love that
Great analogy.
So good.
It truly is amazing, all the work that went into creating this league and making it a reality in what was a dream just 6 months ago. They'll drop the puck on a power play for New York. Defensive zone face-off won by Toronto. New York able to hold, though, briefly. And now Sarah Nurse comes down the left side, shorthanded. Great pass to Turnbull, and a save by Levy.
Oh, man. Right off her arm. Levy's so big, that 6'1" frame. Look at her. Just massive there.
A great chance shorthanded for Toronto, and another reminder that if Toronto scores shorthanded, the penalty is over. Toronto has shown they are dangerous when shorthanded, and here they come again on the rush. It's Comfer.
Let's see if Levy has it.
Comfer takes the shot, save, they score! Emma Malte puts Toronto on top. The penalty is over. We've got our first shorthanded goal.
That's tough. A 2-on-1 like that. She stops the first one, can't get the second.
Let's take a look at the save just before this. Abby Levy doing her best to keep Toronto off the board.
Yep, kind of goes off of her shoulder there. She did that earlier. And then she makes the first save, the initial save, and then, I mean, it's impossible at that point. Shorthanded. You see Comfort come in.
Wow, so a shorthanded goal brings us back to 5-on-5. And it's a big one, as it is a 3-2 lead now for Toronto.
Yeah, so Allie Monroe comes out of the box. We still have one in there.
Toronto looking for more back at 5-on-5. What a game as Natalie Spooner enters the zone for Toronto, only to have it taken away by New York. Here comes Abby Rock. Rock, Emma Woods with her, leaves. And that shot goes wide. Blair Turnbull spins off, defender keeps the play alive for Toronto. And both sides will go for a change.
You'd be a little bit shocked right now if you're New York. You had a shorthanded goal scored on you. You had a goal taken away.
No time for shock in this league, Julie.
Nope.
Here's Downey Landry, and it's gobbled up by Campbell. What a sequence of events. A disallowed goal for New York, a shorthanded goal for Emma Malte and Toronto. It's 3-2, and Toronto fans have something to cheer about.
Fan.
The PWHL is brought to you by Hyundai, official automotive partner of the PWHL. Back here at Total Mortgage Arena, a back and forth affair between Toronto and New York. And a bit of whiplash, I'm sure, for New York. Thought they had taken the lead, did not. And now they trail, trying to dig out here.
And in more ways than one. The physicality off the charts.
Here's Toronto looking for more. Leslie carrying out, feeds the point for Fast. Down low for Howard. Tried to find Leslie, and he'll go all the way out to LaRock. Taken away by Downey Landry. Here comes Saulnier. Enters the zone for New York, and they're in offside. What does New York need to do, Julie, to get back in this game?
I mean, they have to have short memory, right? Be a goldfish. Don't think about what just happened in this period because it'll shake you too much. Think about how good you are. Look at who's on the ice right now. You got some of the best scorers in this league. Jesse Eldridge, Alex Carpenter. Peyton Levis has been incredible.
Yes.
That's what Alex Carpenter told me. She said, I'm so impressed with Peyton Levis, who is playing in her second competitive game right now.
Right.
She had
recent grad of Ohio State.
Yeah, she had that great assist on Carpenter's goal last game.
Callie Flanagan sent it across to her partner. And Monroe finds Spooner in the corner. Back and forth they go, a 1-0 lead after one for New York. Toronto answered with 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the middle frame before New York tied it late in the second.
And I think if you're Toronto, you got to stay hard on the puck because you know what New York can do, and they've been given time and space. Last game is a great example. You open the door up, and you get 3 goals scored against you.
Well, it looked like Toronto was dominating the second period, and all of a sudden, Alex Carpenter entered the chat. We'll see if that can happen again as LaRock will flip it in for Toronto.
Oh, saved by Abby there.
Jesse Comfort keeping the play alive for Toronto. Tries to go short side, sealed off by Levy. Play kept alive momentarily, but now comes out to the neutral zone. Sarah Nurse will get it at the blue line. Tried to connect. Nice defensive play by Abby Rock. Now Ella Shelton will lead the charge for New York.
Gets it taken away right there.
Great
Turnovers.
play by Nurse. Abby Rock with a stretch pass, tried to find Norcross and couldn't. Abby Levy coming but out of her net. And now New York through the neutral zone. Here comes Savannah Norcross. Less than halfway. There is the whistle for the near halfway point of this third period. It's a 3-2 lead for Toronto. Emma Malte putting her team on top, 3-2. What an atmosphere we've seen here tonight. Nothing beats watching your favorite team live. So get tickets to PWHL games to catch all of the action. You can visit newyork.thepwhl.com/tickets to secure your seats today. We're coming to you live from Bridgeport, Connecticut tonight. And on Wednesday, Tuesday, we are proud to be at UBS Arena on Long Island, where the New York Islanders play. So really sharing the love in the New York area.
Yeah, getting everyone out. My group chat asked me if I wanted to go. I said I will be there.
Do you want to go? I think you'll be there.
Thanks, guys.
You better be there.
They're going.
I'll be there. Come join us. Come say hi. We'll be there. More than halfway through this third period in a 3-2 lead for Toronto. We've seen just about everything. Lead changes, shorthanded goal, physicality, lots of penalties.
Yeah, we've seen everything, really.
And you know, the one thing Howie Draper really can't be too pleased about is the lack of discipline in terms of the number of power plays they've allowed Toronto tonight. He talked to us earlier in the week about how if it were up to him, his team would be the least penalized team in the league at the end of the season.
Well, I mean, the first game you had 4, and what do you have now?
At least 3.
At least 3.
Sarah Nurse collecting for her team. Sends it up the boards to Turnbull. Here's Comfer. Stops up. And hit along the boards by Emma Woods. Here's Chloe Gerard. Tries to feed the point. Abby Rock hammers it over to Woods. And here's Rock gaining the zone for New York. A quick chance and a save by Campbell. Another rebound, and it just went wide.
There's a good chance for Emma Woods there. Nice little play between Gerard, Rock, and Woods.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the third and possibly final frame of this game. Toronto looking for its first win after a 4-0 loss at home on New Year's Day. And here comes Toronto working in, sealed off by Levy. They play on as Leslie gets checked along the boards by Olivia Zafuto. Plenty of chippiness, and the refs are letting them play. Just as we saw on New Year's Day. Here's Rougeau with a shot on the point. Loose puck in the crease.
Well, they wanted to take away the goalie's eyes, and I don't know how he saw that.
Flanagan with another blast from the point that deflects up and over the net. New York comes away with it as Elizabeth Jaguar takes it down the right side. Her shot fought off by Campbell. Now Natalie Spooner in with speed. Stops up quickly, looks for help, finds it, and a shot saved by Levy.
That was nice pad save there.
Levy has been busy.
She's been really busy. And you know what? That won't bother her. Her demeanor is so unlike a goalie. It's so unlike Corinne Schroeder. Very different. She's laid back, she's calm. I asked her what it's like doing the tandem goalie thing. She said, I just want our team to win. If it's Corinne in net, I want her to win. And she's always been like that. She said she was the third child of 5. And she was always sort of having to be on, help stop the chaos in the house, and it helped shape her. And I spoke with her goalie coach, Mo Bradley from Boston College, who said that she was really raw when she came in. She was very athletic, but just was kind of all over the place, think like Jonathan Quick. And then she sort of helped her with, you know, it's not just one shot you're going to see, it's the second shot, it's the third shot. So being able to be positioned properly. But she said she's just an incredible person to be around, and people trust her.
Great stuff, and she's faced plenty of shots here tonight. 35 shots for Toronto, 25 for New York. Downey Landry gets back up after falling to the ice, hands it off for Bourbonnais. Bourbonnais leaves for Shelton, who plays it up ice, and out of play.
And Abby's the...
We'll continue that thought.
I love talking Abby.
Let's talk more after this. Stay tuned. but a terrible start. If you're Toronto, they responded to that opening day loss with a bang. Natalie Spooner scoring the first ever goal for PWHL Toronto in the second. And then just 4 minutes later, Alexa Basco adding her name to the list. Then in the third, a shorthanded chance for Toronto ends up in a goal for Emma Malte. That right now is the go-ahead goal in what is a 3-2 lead for Toronto, looking for its first ever win in the PWHL, Julie.
And Emma Malte has been all over this game. She's had 5 shots so far, and we're not surprised. She was all over the first game, too. She's a goal scorer. She had 106 points in 196 games for Ohio State. She has a knack for finding the net, and she's not afraid to use her physicality, use her offense to be able to get in front of the net.
Kristen Campbell playing the puck calmly behind her own net. Cut off by Emma Woods as New York has 5 minutes and change to try to answer and tie this game at 3. Back and forth affair all night long. New York priding itself on a proposed identity of sandpaper and skill. And I think we've seen both tonight.
That's a pretty good identity. It's like the devil and angel.
Under 5 to play here at Total Mortgage Arena. Abby Rock sends it in, and Alex Carpenter will go down low to chase it. Renata Fast makes a nice move, turns it up ice for Toronto. Now from behind their own net, here comes New York. Alex Carpenter with speed, stretch pass up for Eldridge. Eldridge tries to make a move, off her backhand. It's sealed off by Campbell.
Yeah, just didn't have enough on that. Enough mustard, as Cheryl Pounder would say.
Well, PWHL action continues tomorrow, January 6th, when Montreal faces off against Minnesota at 2:30 p.m. Central Time, 3:30 Eastern in St. Paul. And there's a rumor out there, Julie, that we could have a new attendance record for women's professional hockey.
Really?
We shall see what the numbers show.
I saw the numbers for January 1st were like 2.9 million on TV.
Yeah, we're talking attendance here, which that record was just set in Ottawa. And now Minnesota trying to set a new record tomorrow. But for now, we're focused on a power play opportunity for New York. Down by 1. 4 minutes to go. Ella Shelton regains control, passes over to Rock. Rock down low for Saulnier. Saulnier back to Eldridge. Saulnier taken down. And the battle along the boards for possession. Hammering away at the puck, both sides desperate to come away with it. Ella Shelton will feed Abby Rock. Rock makes a move and switches sides. Now Shelton and a pad save.
Gotta get that rebound.
New York able to hold Jill Saulnier, great move, but the puck comes out to neutral ice.
Credit to Kristen Campbell. She's made some great saves.
Solid pad save there. Ella Shelton, goal scorer in game 1, fanned on the shot, had it taken away by Nurse. We've seen one shorthanded goal here today. Here's Nurse streaking down the right side, looking for help. Her teammates had gone for a change.
Yeah, she's trying to cut in there. It's hard on Alex Carpenter.
It's 3-on-1 right now, 4-on-1.
No one can get it away from her.
Abby Rock will lead for Jaguar. Campbell hangs on to freeze the puck. 2.5 to play and 32 seconds remaining on the power play.
Does it get any better than this? This is great.
Not much, Julie, not much.
This is great. We love a high-stakes ending.
They're hyping up the crowd. Let's see if they can will their team to tie this game at 3 and send it to overtime.
Well, I know a lot of the women from New York said they really want to be the first team to win at home. You know, they've had a lot of firsts so far.
Right. You're right. All 3 games have been won by the visiting team. A quick shot by Woods. And what a block. Here comes Toronto. LaRock working in with speed, shorthanded. 20 seconds to go on the power play for New York, and precious seconds ticking away. New York regroups. Bourbonnais now leads the charge through the neutral zone. She'll send it in for Emma Woods. Peyton Levis back now for Woods. Woods over to Hobson. Hobson with a shot that's blocked. Bourbonnais selecting once more. Rings it around the boards, and Campbell will play it. LaRock over to Fast. Such chemistry between those two.
Oh, I mean, they're the two best blue liners, really.
In the league, maybe.
In the league. They've done so well for Team Canada. They know each other so well. That's why LaRock's on this team. That's why she was drafted on this team.
Young Ella Shelton might have something to say about that. But I agree. Fast and LaRock have solidified themselves as two of the best to play the game. Look at Levy. Just hanging out behind her net. Natalie Spooner trying a chance short side. Yes. And Toronto making it impossible for Levy to go to the bench. We'll see if she goes here. There she goes. Extra skater coming on for New York. Final minute of the third period. The net is empty. This will go for icing. And with 45 ticks on the clock, we'll have an offensive zone face-off for New York.
But Toronto's doing a great job controlling a lot of the play here. I mean, New York's done a great job too, and some great saves from Abby Leaton. This could be a very different score if she wasn't able to make some of those bad saves. And
you know, despite the fact that we've had 5 goals scored here tonight, I think both goalies have played very well.
Phenomenally. It was, last game it was one goalie over the other. This one, both goalies have stepped up. Both of them have defended their crease. And then now it's, honestly, I just feel like Toronto has
seconds to go in a 1-goal game. They'll set up once more. And New York wins it back to the point for Shelton. Shelton across to Rock. Rock looking, top of the slot, saved by Campbell, puck is loose.
Ooh, wow. Oh man, Carpenter almost got something on that.
Shelton settles things down at the point. Bourbonnais now tries it, pad save.
Beautiful save.
Toronto clears the zone, and Shelton will chase it all the way back toward the empty net. Abby Rock skating it through the neutral zone. Still an empty net for New York.
Got time.
Ella Shelton. Final seconds tick down. The horn sounds, and Toronto has its first win in the PWHL, 3-2.
Well, they'll be very happy about this win, especially with how things went in game 1. They did get a little puck luck. Let's not forget that.
Let's not forget the disallowed goal, followed by a shorthanded game-winning goal for Emma Malte. My goodness. Let's look at the last push for New York here.
Yeah, New York gave it everything they could at the very end. Especially as we were talking about that offensive zone face-off, being able to pressure Jill Saunier. And then Alex Carpenter, oh man, she's just trying to dig it in there. But Kristen Campbell had a great bounce back game.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, she can't get her stick up there on it. Campbell's able to stick that away.
What a game.
Yeah, that was a great game. And seeing, honestly, Kristen Campbell, after she got shut out at home, be able to win this one, that's great for her.
The player of the game is brought to you by Canadian Tire. It's Emma Malte, the shorty in the third. She had 5 shots tonight. And the shorty's the one that mattered most because it was the game-winning goal, giving Toronto its first ever win in PWHL history. We'll talk to Emma in a moment as she gets set up. New York, meanwhile, gathering at center ice to stick salute the crowd. And a great fan base that showed up for the home opener in a new chapter.
Yeah.
As professional women's hockey has come to the New York area in a new form.
And we have to give it its flowers. You know, we talked so much about it on Monday, but it's great to see it here.
Certainly a great atmosphere and a great win for Toronto. Emma Malte, your game-winning goal scorer. She joins us now. Emma, take us through that shorty.
Yeah, I saw Jessie there. We're told not to just go for straight clears, and Jessie was a perfect option. And I just went hard on the net. She put a perfect puck right off the pad, and yeah, I got to put it in.
Emma, you had so many shots in this game. We know that shot mentality was a big theme from Troy Ryan. What did you find your team did differently to be able to convert?
I think mentality. I think after last game we had nerves definitely in the first period, and we really today just took it to them. We were really hungry to put the puck in the net and put the puck on net. We knew that's what it took, especially with these two good goalies on the other end.
How nice does it feel to get that first ever win in Toronto PWHL history?
Feels good, feels good. I think we're just excited for the season to keep going, and happy to get that first win under a belt.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. Congrats on the win, and thanks for the time.
Thanks.
What a game! Best on best competition, as is the norm now in the Professional Women's Hockey League. For Julie Stewart-Banks and our entire crew, producer Andy Bach, director Tim DeRoyne, I'm Jamie Hirsch. So long from Bridgeport, Connecticut in a 3-2 win for Toronto.
What's up, Leafs fans? Another awesome night here on TSI. Thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with us. Please don't forget to hit that like button, as it helps bring more Leafs fans into the chat. The more the better. A big shout out to our insiders and VIP members. Your support is truly appreciated. I cannot explain to you what it means for this community. Please consider joining our community. It's only 99 cents a month. I made it as low as possible so that we can get more and more people joining our community. Awesome member exclusive emojis in the chat during these Leafs games, and add your name to the scroll down below. Anyways, enough of the necessary evils to keep growing this amazing Toronto sports community and Maple Leafs community. Back to Leafs hockey. Go Leafs go. I'll see you guys in the chat. Peace.